Hey guys, um, well, this is my second video. I'm now 21 weeks and 3 days? Either 2 or 3 days. Not much has been going on other than we've been trying to get an apartment, and it looks like we might get it, but I have to wait for the applications to go through. And apparently we're not going to be living with my grandmother anymore, but she's going to help us pay rent so that we can buy baby things, which we haven't even done yet, which is really depressing for me. I really wish I could just get out there and buy all this baby stuff that I really want. We had to buy a crib and pretty much everything, because all my daughter's stuff we pretty much either gave away because my cousin is having a baby girl, or it was ruined in the move. She had a gorgeous crib, but it was all scratched up and broken because the move from where I used to live. My morning sickness has come back this week. I wake up pretty much every night around 1 or 2 in the morning and I feel really sick. Usually chewing gum actually helps me calm down, because I do get panic attacks when I feel sick, because I'm afraid of throwing up. Though who isn't? My boyfriend's son, Connor, who is 6, he went to first grade today, and we'll see how he does when he gets back, because it's the only time I can do the videos when they're gone. He was really excited, and let's see, I'm trying to think of what else to put in this video. There's not much that's been going on. Hopefully going to get a new car because our transmission broke, so we've been using my grandmother's car every day. She's been picking us up and dropping us off pretty much anywhere we had to go. So hopefully we'll be getting a new car, and I'll actually be on my own for the first time. And to be honest, it's a little scary because I'm gonna have 3 kids when this one is born, and I've never been alone for even with my daughter. So it's going to be a new and quite scary experience, but I'm up for the challenge and I really hope I can do it. The only thing I'm really worried about is when I had my daughter Callie, being I was 17, just turned 17, my mom felt she had to step up, and she took Callie every feeding for the first 2 months. So I got to sleep pretty much whenever I wanted, which I know was irresponsible. But now I know that I can't do that when this one is here. And it worries me because, I'm a bit selfish when it comes to my sleep. And I know I won't do that. I mean, I will wake up and feed the baby, don't get me wrong. I'm just worried I'll be very crabby, and I don't want to take it out on the kids for being crabby. That's pretty much my main fear right now. Alright, well, back to pregnancy. I guess one of my fears in pregnancy would have to be just not knowing. I mean, he moves about twice a day. He's been quite quiet lately, which scares me a little bit, but I know 21 weeks they don't move that much, or at least to where you can feel it. Joseph actually felt the baby kick last night for the first time, and that was really exciting. Because I've been trying to get him to feel. Every time I feel him kick, I'd quickly grab his hand and put him on my stomach, and then it'd be silence. It's like, oh, somebody's there, better stop moving. So, let's see, what else has been going on? Well, we are currently of no heat. Air. Ugh, I'm glad we're not with heat. So, hopefully we can get out of here quick, because it's been really hot, and I get really tired when I'm hot. Another thing, we have no hot water, which I think is why I said heat before. So that in itself sucks too, because cold showers are not fun, especially getting a 6-year-old to take cold showers. That's pretty hard to do. Um, so I'm thinking I have to go to my grandmother's place for a little bit and shower there. But today we're going to be taking in the applications, and in 3 to 4 days I'll find out if we're approved. And if we're approved, we get the place. Simple as that. It's a nice 3-bedroom place, so Callie and Connor will actually have their own bedrooms, considering my grandmother will not be living with us. So I really like that, because people kept telling me and actually bashing on me that I was going to put them in the same room. Not in the same bed, but in the same room, because low on money, and she can't sleep in my room because I would not sleep. She's obsessed with babies, being almost 4, and I'm afraid she'll crawl in the crib or try to pick them up when she's not supposed to. So that in itself is a huge worry. But now they can have their own rooms, which is going to be hard because my daughter Callie has to sleep with someone, thanks to my mom and grandmother. So there's a lot of things that are going to have to change when we get her back home. But for now, I keep getting off track. I'm not even talking about the pregnancy. I'm sorry, guys. Well, everything's been going fine. I keep getting my weekly shots, which are starting to get really irritating. They make me really itchy, and my back swells up actually a little bit. But they're worth it. I just have a feeling that after I stop these shots, that I'll go into labor pretty much right away. I'm pretty sure they stop these at either 37 or 38 weeks. I'm not positive on what they do. They might stop them earlier, depending, because my boyfriend apparently has large children. He has two sons. One that Connor, and he was almost 10 pounds when he was born, and had to be born by C-section, which I'm trying to avoid completely. And then his son Leo, who's younger and he doesn't see, was apparently a very chubby and jaundiced baby too. And this one's already measuring a bit big from the ultrasound I had. He's measuring long, and I know everything's different. They said the average for when I had the ultrasound, he should have been 8 ounces. Well, he was 11 ounces. I know it's just a few ounce difference, but that can make a big difference once he starts putting on pounds. So I'm a little worried about that, because C-sections scare me really badly. I mean, even if he was breech, I would try to have him naturally, with an epidural, of course. But doctors tend to scare me really bad. So I'm trying to avoid C-section at all costs. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. If I have to, I'm gonna have to, and I just wish they could knock me the hell out for that. But if I have to, I will, for the sake of my baby, but I'm really hoping I won't have to. Because the only reason that his ex had to is because apparently his head wouldn't lock in to her pelvis. So I don't know if that's because he was large or if other reasons. But I know people, there was actually something in the news where this woman had a, what was it, 20-pound baby, naturally. So if somebody can have a 20-pound baby, I'm pretty sure I could have a 10-pound baby without a C-section. Might take hours, but that's how my first labor was anyway. And that's another worry I have. I worry about how the labor is going to be. Because people say that your second is quicker, like a lot quicker. And I'm afraid that once I go into labor, I'll be like, oh, I can handle this. Because when it's not hard labor, I can handle it. Because I had pains like this my whole life for other issues. And I'm afraid that I'll just be like, I can handle this, nothing's wrong. And then when I get to the hospital, it's like, oh, well, you're already fully dilated. It's like, oh, crap. I waited too long. Because I do not want to go to the doctor right away. because, well, like I said, hospitals scare me. They put me in a very uncomfortable place, and I'm more nervous, and it's hard for me to relax or sleep or do anything. So I want to be home as long as I can. But I don't know. And then there's, oh, sorry. And then there's well, I don't like the IV. Not looking forward to any of that, but I know I have to, or they could literally kick me out. And home birth is out of the question because, well, I kind of scared myself out of that. I watched a few scary videos of things going bad, and, well, I decided it's safer to have a doctor. Mostly because I'm anemic, and I don't know if that causes bleeding to happen more easily, but I would be too scared. And I mean, I know my baby's life is more important than mine, but I'd rather not end up losing my life and leaving him alone. So that's pretty much my downer about it. But I've always wanted a home birth because it would be at home. I'd be more comfortable, but then again, I don't think I'd be able to handle the pain. Then again, I'd have no choice to handle it, but I guess I'm not that great at handling pain, at least when it's long term. Like when I was in labor with Callie, I was in like just labor where it wasn't a hard labor, like when your water breaks. But I was handling it just fine. But I mean, after a few hours, you start getting frustrated and tired, and it's harder to deal with simply because your body is tired and you're getting irritated and frustrated. So I guess what I'm worried about is getting an epidural again, because I could not feel the urge to push at all with Callie, and it was an awful feeling because I felt pressure and pain, and I was pushing to relieve it, but I wasn't pushing at the right time. I was pushing pretty much constant, and probably not hard enough, where the nurses actually kind of yelled at me, like, you're not having a contraction, stop trying to push. Like, I'm in pain, I don't want to stop. But at the end of it, I felt one urge to push, and that it was because her head was halfway out and she was a sunny side up baby, so it was harder to push her out that way. But when I did feel the urge to push, it only took one push to get her head out. So I'm wondering if I try to stick it out and not get epidural, if the urges to push will help it be quicker, because I was pushing for 3 hours with her, and I'm afraid to do that again now because that was hard, and I literally passed out after they took her off me, and I lost a bit of time there, and that was scary. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to be exhausted. Well, of course I will be, but I want to be able to get back on my feet right away and be able to hold her without shaking so bad because I'm so tired. I couldn't even hold my daughter for the first 2 days that I was there because I had insomnia and I could not sleep, and I was so weak from being up 2 days prior that I was starting to get really upset. I was crying constantly because I could not sleep, and they wouldn't give me anything because I was 17 and they were pretty judgmental. So I guess those are my fears. But I don't know, I try not to think about it because then it scares me, and then I also want it to be over with already. I mean, I love being pregnant. I love having the big belly. I love showing off and everything. I like the attention, to be honest. But I want him here. It's like, I don't want to be pregnant anymore. I just want him in my arms so I know he's safe and I can see him grow with my eyes, I guess. I mean, I know the bond now is wonderful, but I just really want him here. I don't know why. I didn't feel that with Callie, mostly because I slept constantly, because I was bad and did not take my pills. Yeah, that was just just a note to anybody out there who, if they make you sick, the prenatals, find a different one, because I didn't take my prenatals, and I thought, hey, I'm the one that's gonna suffer, not the baby. I'm the one that's gonna have all my stuff drained. That's not true. The baby suffers too, because you don't have enough nutrients, and they can't take so much to the point you're in too bad of shape, because then the baby won't get anything. But yeah, my daughter was a month early, and I know that was part of why she was little. But I think they got her due date wrong because she was measuring small. And I think she was measuring small because I wasn't taking my prenatals. I wasn't being healthy. I wasn't eating. I was sleeping literally all day. I slept 2 days one time. It's just almost straight. Um, I did not get up and move. I didn't exercise. I was I was pretty much a zombie. I couldn't do anything. I was so tired and weak. And I thought it was just me that was suffering, but no, it was my daughter too. She was 4 pounds 11 ounces when she was born. But what makes me think she was full term is because she had everything was fully developed. She had no problems breathing, no problems with anything. She was fully developed, just really, really small. So I'm thinking they got her due date because they had pushed her due date, because she was originally supposed to be November 22nd, and she was born November 1st. But they switched it to December 10th, pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure they just pushed it, not realizing that I wasn't doing what I needed to keep her healthy. So, not gonna happen this time, and all you ladies, you really, really should take them. I know that my mom, she said she thinks they make her sick. Yeah, they made me sick too. That's why I stopped taking them. But now, they have so many different ones that you can find them. And I mean, there's even gummies that I took for a while this pregnancy, but then I started getting sick of them. It's like, okay, eating 2 gummies every day, I'm starting to get sick of it. Just give me a pill. So I actually got a prenatal pill just over the counter because it was cheap for a big bottle, and the prescribed ones tend to be the ones that make me sick. So I got this kind, and they work great. I mean, if I don't take these for a day, I feel drained. So I know they're working, and I know that they're giving me the nutrients that I need, and also stops me from feeling sick for some of the days, so I can actually eat and not, yeah. But I guess that's all I should say about the video. I'm sorry if this is like, I'll figure out a schedule for questions or things I should just say immediately, um, just to make it a little more in order. Because this is my second video, I'm just trying this out, but I'm actually a lot more comfortable talking about it. Which is, it's fun, it's nice. I just, even if nobody watches this, I can watch this years later with my kids and be like, hey, look, I cared about you guys, even though you drive me nuts. But, yep, I'm going to try and make a list this week and write things down that I want to talk about in the video by when it's happening and everything. So I will be a bit more organized next time. But everything's just crazy right now, trying to find a house and all this other stuff. But I have time. I mean, I'm the one that sits at home waiting for, now I'm going to be waiting for Connor to get home and my boyfriend to get home. So, I mean, it's not like I don't have time. I mean, there's nothing I do other than watch Netflix. it's all I can do, being in a strange neighborhood and not that great of a neighborhood. I don't want to go out walking by myself or anything like that. Yet again, getting off topic. But still, I have time, so I'm going to do it. But if you girls have any questions, because this is, like I said, my second baby. So, I mean, I'm not totally in the dark of what's going on or what the doctors say. Even before I got pregnant, before, I was in, okay, I almost said expert. I was not an expert. But I would constantly, as a kid, watch, A Baby Story and all these other shows about babies and children and birth. I was fascinated with it. So nobody was really surprised that I got pregnant that young, especially because I had no self-esteem. But I was obsessed with it. My whole goal in life was to be a mother. Uh, which is a little sad because I didn't do that with Callie. I was too young and I wasn't a mother to her. I was more of a friend. I played with her. I fed her. But mostly my mom fed her. And mostly I was too selfish to do stuff. And I admit that. But I'm not going to call myself a bad mom. Because I made sure that she was safe. I still made sure she was safe. I still made sure she was fed and having fun and she was happy. The only thing I didn't make sure is the punishment, so the respect. And that's, well, alright, I know this video is a bit long, but here's a little background on. So, like I was saying, I wanted to just tell a little about myself. Me and my mom never got along. She would not pay attention to me. She'd give me anything I wanted. Well, food-wise, we were broke. We're broke. So, I went to my grandmother for everything. And she gave me everything I wanted. Toys, anything. Even if she didn't have the money for it, she gave it to me. Because she knew my mom wasn't. But the thing is they gave it to me. They just gave it to me. They didn't teach me how to be respectful. They didn't teach me how to do anything. Now I'm 20, gonna be 21 in a few days actually. And I don't know how to take care of myself. I really don't know how to cook. I mean, I know a few basics, but I really don't know how to cook. I've never been on my own. I've had one job, and I have really bad social problems. So, I guess the reason I'm upset is I don't want Callie to be that way. She needs discipline. She needs to know I want her to respect me. And I want to be her mom. And now I'm going to have the chance to. But she's so stuck in her ways. She's almost 4 and she's grown up this whole way that I don't want to be too harsh on her right away so she hates me. But she's got to follow rules now that I'm going to have, and I guess I just have to do it gradually. But any type of rule she's going to be mad about, and I'm hoping she's young enough to where she'll be mad, but she'll forget really easy. Oh, sorry about that. But I guess that's really what I'm worried about and upset about is I don't want her growing up like me. I don't want her growing up with no friends, no respect for elderly people or anyone except for guys you think you're in love with. It's just, I don't want her ending up like me. Because, I mean, I wouldn't trade her for the world. And I mean, how it turned out is how it turned out, and she wouldn't be who she is if I didn't do what I did. But I'd still like it if she waited, and at least into her 20s. 20, I mean, even if she got pregnant at 20, I'd still be happy. Happier than if she was a teenager. But I guess that's really my worry. And I know this video, it hasn't been much about the pregnancy, and I'm really sorry about that. The next videos, like I said, they will be more organized. If you girls have any questions, please ask. And hopefully I can answer your questions, and because I do know a bit. I've researched a lot of stuff, asked my doctors so many questions, they probably got annoyed at me. So if you have any questions, if you're scared or anything, I actually have a baby center account, and it's Kaylee Hawley. I'll write it in the section, but if you ever need anything, Baby Center is a very, very good place to go. You can talk to a whole bunch of different women that had different experiences, and they'll tell you how it is. So if you don't really want my help specifically, but you want some advice, Baby Center is the way to go. Okay, thanks for listening, guys, and my next video will be next week, because that's when I'll know if I have the house or not, and I'll have some news to talk about, and maybe more to talk about with the baby. There's just not much going on right now. Thanks, guys. Bye.